Hi all. In last video we discussed nationalization of Suez Canal, 1967 Arab-Israel War, Yom Kippur War and Camp David Accord. Present video we will discuss Oslo Accord, Second Intifada, Second Lebanon War and if time permits 2021 May crisis. So in 1990, the Soviet Union finally permitted free emigration of Soviet Jews to Israel. Prior to this, Jews trying to leave the USSR faced persecution. Those who succeeded arrived as refugees. Over the next few years, some 1 million Soviet citizens migrated to Israel. This massive wave of migration slowly transformed Israel, bringing large number of highly educated Soviet Jews and creating a powerful Russian culture in Israel. In August 90, Iraq invaded Kuwait, triggering the Gulf War between Iraq and large allied force led by United States. Iraq attacked Israel with 39 Scud missiles. Israel didn't retaliate at request of the US, fearing that if Israel responded against Iraq, other Arab countries might desert the allied coalition. Israel provided gas masks for both the Palestinian population and Israeli citizens, while Netherlands and the United States deployed Patriot defense batteries in Israel as a protection against the Scuds. That time Iron Dome was not there. Iron Dome came in 2011 only. In May 1991, during a 36-hour period, 15,000 Beta Israeli or Ethiopian Jews were secretly airlifted to Israel. The coalition's victory in Gulf War opened new possibility for regional peace. And in October 1991, the US President George H.W. Bush or Bush Sr. and Soviet Union Prime Minister Mikhail Gorbachev jointly convened a historic meeting in Madrid of Israel, Lebanese, Jordanian, Syrian, Palestinian leaders. Israeli Prime Minister opposed the idea but agreed in return for loan guarantees to help with the absorption of immigrants from the former Soviet Union. His participation in the conference led to the collapse of his right-wing coalition in Israel. On 25 July 1993, Israel carried out a week-long military operation in Lebanon to attack Hezbollah positions. After that, on 13 September 1993, Israel and Palestinian Liberation Organization PLO signed the Oslo Accord, also called the Declaration of Principles, on the south lawn of the White House. The principle established the principles established objective relating to a transfer of authority from Israel to an interim Palestinian authority as a prelude to a final treaty establishing a Palestinian state in exchange for mutual recognition. Israel and the PLO signed the Gaza-Jericho Agreement in May 1994 and the Agreement on Preparatory Transfer of Powers and Responsibility in August, which began the process of transferring authority from Israel to the Palestinians. On 25 July 1994, Jordan and Israel signed the Washington Declaration, which formally ended the state of war that had existed between Jordan and Israel since 1948. And on 26 October, the Israel-Jordan Treaty of Peace witnessed by US President Bill Clinton. Prime Minister this Yitzhak Rabin of Israel and PLO chairman Yasser Arafat signed the Israel-Palestinian Interim Agreement on the West Bank and Gaza on 20th September 1995 in Washington. The agreement again was witnessed by President Bill Clinton on behalf of US and by Russia, Egypt, Norway, European Union, and it incorporates and supersedes all previous agreements, marking the conclusion of first stage of negotiation between Israel and PLO. The agreement allowed the PLO leadership to relocate to the occupied territory and granted autonomy to the Palestinians with talks to follow regarding final status. In return, the Palestinians promised to abstain from use of terror and change the Palestinian National Covenant, which had called for the expulsion of all Jews who migrated after 1907 and the elimination of Israel. The agreement was opposed by Hamas and the other Palestinian factions, which launched suicide bomber attacks in Israel. On 20th September 2000, Israeli opposition leader Ariel Sharon visited the Al-Aqsa compound. We have discussed what was Al-Aqsa compound. The following day, the Palestinians launched the Al-Aqsa Intifada, also called Second Intifada or uprising. In October 2000, Palestinians destroyed Joseph's tomb, a Jewish shrine in Nablus. The failure of the peace process and increased Palestinian terror and occasional attacks by Hezbollah from Lebanon led to much of the Israeli public and political leadership to lose confidence in the Palestinian Authority as a peace partner. Most felt that many Palestinians viewed the peace treaty with Israel as a temporary measure only. Many Israelis were thus anxious to disengage from the Palestinians. In response to a wave of suicide bomb attacks, Israel launched Operation Defensive Shield in March 2002, and Sharon began the construction of barrier around the West Bank. Around the same time, Israeli town of Derot and other Israel community near Gaza became subject to constant shelling and mortar bomb attack from Gaza. In 2005, all Jewish settlers were evacuated from Gaza and then their homes demolished. Disengagement from the Gaza Strip was completed on 12th September 2005. Military disengagement from the northern West Bank was completed 10 days later. Hamas won the 2006 Palestinian legislative elections, the first and only genuinely free Palestinian elections they are called. Hamas leaders rejected all agreements signed with Israel, refused to recognize Israel's right to exist, and refused to abandon terror, and occasionally claimed the Holocaust was a Jewish conspiracy. The withdrawal and Hamas victory left the status of Gaza unclear, as Israel asserted it was no longer an occupying power but continued to control air and sea access to Gaza, although it did not exercise sovereignty on the ground. Egypt also insisted that it was still occupied and refused to open border crossing with Gaza. Israeli analysts believe that Iran has worked to undermine the peace process with arms supplies and aid to Hezbollah in South Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza, and is developing nuclear weapon possibly for use against Israel. Iran also encourages Holocaust denial. Following the Israeli withdrawal from Lebanon, Hezbollah had mounted periodic attacks on Israel, which did not lead to Israel retaliation. Similarly, the withdrawal from Gaza led to incessant selling of towns around the Gaza area with only minimal Israeli response. The failure to react led to criticism from the Israeli right and undermined the government. On 14 March 2006, Israel carried out an operation in the Palestinian Authority prison of Jericho in order to capture Ahmad Sadat and several Palestinian Arab prisoners located there who assassinated Israeli politician in 2001. The operation was conducted as a result of expressed intention of the newly elected Hamas government to release these prisoners. So Hamas said they will release these prisoners. So that's why Israeli forces they conducted this operation to get those prisoners. On 25 June 2006, a Hamas force crossed the border from Gaza and attacked a tank, capturing Israeli soldiers and sparking clashes in Gaza. So on 12 July, Hezbollah attacked Israel from Lebanon, shelled Israeli towns and attacked a border patrol, taking two dead or badly wounded Israeli soldiers. These incidents led Israel to initiate the Second Lebanon War, which lasted through August 2006. Israeli forces entered some villages in southern Lebanon while the Air Force attacked targets all across the country. The war concluded with Hezbollah evacuating its forces from southern Lebanon, while the IDF remained until positions could be handed over to Lebanese armed forces and UNIFIL. In June 2007, Hamas took control of Gaza Strip in the course of Battle of Gaza. Following the takeover, Egypt and Israel imposed a partial blockade on the grounds that Fatah had fled and was no longer providing security to the Palestinian side, and to prevent arms smuggling by terrorist groups. On 6 September 2007, the Israeli forces destroyed a nuclear reactor in Syria. On 20th February 2008, Israel launched a military campaign in Gaza in response to the constant firing of Qassam rockets by Hamas militants. Israel carried out Operation Cast Lead in Gaza Strip from 27 December 2008 to 18 January 2009 in response to the rocket attacks from Hamas militants. In response to over 100 rocket attacks on southern Israeli cities, Israel began an operation in Gaza on 14th November 2012 with the targeted killing of Ahmad Jaberi, who was chief of Hamas military wing. And following an escalation of rocket attacks by Hamas, Israel started an operation in Gaza Strip on 8 July 2014, which included a ground incursion aimed at destroying the cross-border tunnels. A wave of lone wolf attacks by Palestinians took place in 1516, particularly the stabbings. On 6 December 2017, President Donald Trump formally announced United States recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, which was followed by the United States recognition of the Golan Heights as part of Israel on 25th March 2019. In late 2020, Israel normalized relations with four Arab League countries, the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain in September, also known as Abraham Accords, and Sudan in October and Morocco in December. So we will discuss the May 2021 crisis in next video. By that time, take care. Bye.